This is another battle with me and Sawyer's. His last battle before he left Advanced League. He chose Crobat to lead off with, and I chose Infernape. Um, he uses Hypnosis and it misses, and I take the opportunity to set up rocks. I know he's going to try to use Hypnosis again, so I'm going to switch into my Magic Bounce Espeon and predicting the Hypnosis, and like clockwork, it works. I get the Hypnosis bounce back on his Crobat. So at this time, I'm about to set up some Calm Mind. So I use a Calm Mind to take advantage of the sleeping Crobat. So I didn't want to be too greedy like I usually am when I have a Pokemon sleep. So I just go ahead and while he's asleep, I go for the Psyshock. So I have Psychic Gem on my Espeon and it nails his Crobat. So I'm like, good. This fast birdie is out of the way. So it dies. We're waiting. And he sends in Togekiss. And for some odd reason, I switch. And I'm like, okay, that was dumb. But either way, I sent in my Drizzle Polytoad Gruber. And he goes for the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball hits, does a fair little bit of damage, and he gets the special defense drop. So he withdraws Togekiss, and I chose Hypnosis because I'd like to put that thing to sleep. And he sends in Gliscor. Don't know why he chose Gliscor while it's raiding on a Politoed to switch, but oh well. So I take advantage of the sleep that Gliscor is in, and I go for Surf. And Surf plus Stab plus Rain equals Wipeout of Gliscor. So took out another one of his flying types. So he sends in Victini, and I choose Protect just to scout out what his Victini is going to do. And I see his Victini has Energy Ball. So I decide to switch Gruber out and send back in my Infernape. So he uses Energy Ball and it hits. It does a little bit amount of damage, but he gets the special defense drops. I'm like, ugh. So I use Fake Out just to stall out Victini a little bit or to drain his life. And that didn't hurt much. So I go for the close combat because it is stab. And I know it's not going to, my other moves can't affect Victini. Um, So I get the defense drop and a special defense drop. And I'm like, God, his Victini, it must be a defensor because it's taking hits really well. He goes for the Thunder. And because of the Rain Dance, the drizzle that I set up actually, its accuracy hits me. So I change into my Espeon. And since I know I'm faster, I just go for the Shadow Ball to get rid of Victini because Victini also helps out the rest of his team due to his ability. So Victini faints and he sends in Togekiss again. So this time I go for the Calm Mind just to boost up my Espeon. And I notice his Togekiss has to be Scarf because it went before me and he uses Shadow Ball. And he got the special defense drop. So I'm like, ugh. Once again, he gets special defense. So I get my special defense back up. And I withdraw my Espeon. And I send in my Bull. Um, Shadow Ball does not affect him. So he withdraws Togekiss. So now I know he's Scarfed. And sends in Gyarados. So Gyarados gets the Intimidate drop, but I have Stoke Rocks up, so definitely it's gonna hurt when I use my move. I miss bulldoze, and I go for wild charge, and it hits. I used bulldoze thinking he was going to switch into something else, but it missed. But either way, wild charge hits Gyarados for super effective hit, takes it out. So at this point, I'm like, okay, doing really well. Get the lefties, and he sends in Haxorus. So his Haxorus has Mold Breaker, which really doesn't affect too much of me. So he goes ahead and does Brick Break. And at this time, I'm like, that really hurt a lot. So I go for Bulldoze because I know for a fact that he's faster than me. So I just try to reduce his speed for the next outcoming poke because I'm figuring that his Haxorus is Scarfed. So I go for Strength just for the stab. Power didn't do too much to Haxorus, and he goes for Brick Break. And my Balrog, aka Bull, faints. So I go for my Espeon, and he withdrew Haxorus at this time because he got the special defense drop. I mean the speed drop, and I go for Side Shock, and I completely nail his weakened Togekiss due to Stealth Rocks being up. So Togekiss faints, and I'm like, okay, got rid of him. And he sends back in his Choice Soft Haxorus. So at this time, Haxorus is kind of weak, and he definitely is going to go for Outrage, which I predict. So I'm like, Outrage nails my Espeon. So at this point, I'm like, okay, good. He's locked into Outrage. So I'm just going to send in my Toxicroak that has Focus Sash. And it's a special attacker Toxicroak. So I'm just going to let him Outrage because it's going to take me down to my last life. But I'm going to hold on due to the Focus Sash. And then I'm going to get the Nasty Plot off while his Haxorus comes confused. So I get the Nasty Plot, and I'm like, cool. Raise my special attack by 2. And then I go for get the Dry Skin, and then I go for Vacuum Wave. So I get my life up, plus I get to nail his Haxorus. Good game, Soros. Good effort on your part. Thanks for watching.